I send all of you the Xbox, not Xbox, sorry, those box. And okay, let me just tell you very quick how to use that. It's quite helpful, right? So I try that. Not that difficult. When you start the program, after you click the icon there, you will see two windows. One is a system. You don't worry about that. The other one will bring you to G drive. Okay, this is a virtual drive. All right, so that's it. That's the first step. After you install it, you get this one. And then that's the comment I send you in the in case you cannot get that. So you just type. We call it. Did I type it right? Mount or mount? Correct, right? Mount and then A and then C. So here we just try to initiate another one. We store that in the C drive, and then you're going to need the A drive to start that. So you tell that we were going to start from A and then to the C, all right? Then you CD to A, the same as we had before, and that will bring you to the A. Then you type markups. It will write down the complete file, markup.com. Then I think that will give you this one, all right? You should be able to get that. And the window will be very small, so you can change the configuration here. You can change it here, put in that there. This one will getting bigger, and that's it. You just move around and need to see which one you fit in. If not, then there is small, tiny window on top of the corner. So you can copy, you can do anything you want, all right? So this is the mount. All right, markups. Any questions? Some are very good, some are very bad, all right? I won't ask you which one is bad, which one is good, all right? Ask question first, then I answer the question for you. Okay, there are two kinds of market share, I said before. One is volume, one is a dollar amount. Yes, we are looking at the market share of dollar amount. And unfortunately, I check everything. I check all of you. Most of that are done. Let me repeat again. I checked that already. All of you, 85% of all your performance, the market share of the dollar value is down. So one of the this is one of your, this is the last game. Last game of this will be your grade. These are last game, okay? So I said that before. You try to accumulate that. Of course, the game 1, game 2, you might have different decisions. You have to accumulate that because we do get the last game. So game 1, game 2, you might sacrifice. You have some idea in your mind what you want to do. But anyway, we do get a cumulative market share in the last one. All right, so after the game 8, you accumulate, every time you accumulate some money, and then end of that will be total. And most of the time people will fluctuate, which is very natural. So this is one of that we are looking for. Another one is this is a total, this is accumulate. No, let me see. Sorry. This is the last game of market share, all right? So these are last game. And we look at the cumulative net profit, I guess. Is that right? CCNC, whatever that, right? So we do a cumulative. I think profit, right? Or revenue. We're somewhere in the page 2. There's a cumulative one. There's a number there. Right now, I believe student range from, I guess, 8 something, all right? So don't worry, all right? That's the average number, all right? How many of you below 6,000 K? I believe the one team, I think. I think there are one team below 6,000K. How many of you above 8,000K? Also one team, I believe. I think one team, yeah. You don't have to raise your hand, that's okay, all right? I believe one team below 6,000K, another team I think above 9,000, I believe. And don't ask me how they did that, all right? You can ask them, all right? Okay, any other questions? So that's the first one about your grade. So we do get cumulative net profit, I think something like that. And then to get the last game or the market share. And as you know, that I said that before, there's a learning curve effect. We're going to tell you today. There's a learning curve effect. So in other words, you accumulate each one. Don't expect that your market share only 10%. Now, right now, it can be 80%. That's impossible. Let me repeat again. Don't believe that right now you have 10%, 50% of the market share. You can be 80% in the game A. Impossible, okay? So it'll try to move on, all right? Try to move on over that. Other questions? Okay, all right. So if we have two questions here. In terms of budget, some teams are very stingy. I think we assign you about 36 or 30,000, something about 44,000K. And unbelievable, some people keep about 800K. That's a waste. That's totally waste. All right? I said that spend all your money, especially in first 2 or 3 games. You don't have to keep that. It won't help. I check everybody, whatever you have. I think there are about 4 or 5 teams. They reserve about 792, if I can remember. 792, 761, whatever that. That's a total waste. I said that before. Bank, the game in the bank, very stingy. They will not give you the money. Whatever money you get, just get that. Just like you buy a home, buy a new house. You try to go to the bank. Bank in general don't give you that. They said half. They said whatever that. They will give you full credit. So that's very important to spend all the money, especially when you are small. All right, I don't know whether you understand what I mean by when you are small or not. Relatively speaking, we have four firms. We have 4 firms in the game. This is oligopoly. Now, what is the average market share you should have? Let me repeat again. The very simple economics. We got 4 firms in the industry. So what is the average you should have? 25. What do you have now? Did you check that? Very small. So relative to others, you are a small firm. Imagine that you are a small company, go to the bank, want to get the money. You won't get much. So let me repeat again. Spend all the money, all right? Don't keep that. Useless, okay? That's the first one. Second one is we have direct and indirect. And what's the proportion, all right? I said that there are 2 kinds of proportion. One is direct and indirect. The proportion really depends on your understanding about the market. And I said that before, direct and indirect might have price war. That's one issue. So you try to balance that. You try to balance how much I should put in direct, how much I should in indirect. This one is the most difficult part. You have to try to figure out by yourself. All right? Then let me repeat again. All right? We will tell you more next week about the distribution channel. Channel is very helpful. Very, very helpful. But question how can control that? That's the difficult part. Now, the question is we have sales force, sales support, and technical support. What should I do? I really cannot tell you what proportion you should do. Really depends on the product, depends on the competitor. What I can tell you that is these 2 things. So look at how competitor do. That's the first one. Look at their ratio. Suppose the competitor spend 40% on the sales force, 20% on technical support, another whatever that. Look at that. Look at how they did in direct and indirect. So one easiest way is benchmarking. 萧规曹随, okay? You just do whatever other people do, get the average of industry. Start from that, then you move along. And again, how do you know that which one works? So the most important one as you know, like when we start a new business, when we start a new business with the indirect channel, the most important one, first one is you put much more money in sales force first. You put sales force first. They will give you an idea, or you can penetrate more channel. So sales force is the first one. Later on, you move with service, expedition, and then technical support. That's how I see. So there are 3 stages of that. I can tell that in real life. That's what real life do. So send out the sales force first. You get enough money. Money always not enough. So send out the sales force out first. That's the first step. Move on to expedition and then technical support. They will follow on. You don't have to spend too much in technical support in the very beginning because there's no one buy that product yet. You know what I mean? So the idea is send out the people. So put, I would say, I don't know, 60-70% of the money in the sales force in the very stage, first stage. Later on you move on, and later on you're going to see other people do that as well. So there are 2 things to balance. One, of course, look at overall the industry, what they do, and what other people do in direct, and then get some idea, go to the indirect. That's a logical way of thinking. For those of you who are perform under 6,000K, all right, you should ask questions. For those of you somewhere struggling in 65, a lot of people get 65. You should ask questions now. I don't think at my observation, I don't get that. No one starts price war yet. We'll tell you that more today. I don't think anyone, are you sure your computer start war already? Well, in that case, then you make your decision. I will ask you that, what is their market share? What's your market share? My logic, I will ask you first. What's their market share? High or low? All right, how high? Okay, so imagine that right now you have one big company, which is Intel. You are AMD. What should you do? Need to repeat again, all right? There's Intel there, 80%. AMD, about 20%. What can you do? What Intel do in general? As the big competitor, what Intel do in general? They will look at all the segments first. And they will do a lot of promotion. We'll tell you a little bit more in here today. And what can AMD do? So you have to know his intention. He wants to smash you. He wants to kick you out, smash you. Or he wants to down the whole segment down. Intel right now, they have some Centrino, for instance, did not sell very well. All right, so we'll tell you that more today. What's his intention? You don't know that. Of course, the game cannot tell you that. But you have to do that in your logic. What Intel do? What his intention? So what can you do? That's the first one, all right? So you think carefully. And whether you are very good at that or not, and you will make a decision. So there are 3 possibilities. I cannot tell you that, all right? I know the answer, but I cannot tell you that. So the question is, whether not you are Intel very strong, 80% of market share, cut the price. Now, what this guy want to do? Smash me or what? And what can I do? I think that's the game. Did I answer the question or no? I cannot tell you yes and no, all right? I cannot tell you that, okay, at $2 and plus minus no, I cannot tell you that. You have to make your own decision. And I tell you, at that time, you repeat the question, I will tell you that to the end of the game. I tell you what happened, all right? Sorry, I really cannot tell you the answer. I cannot tell you, okay, decrease. No, I cannot tell you that, all right? You have to make your own decision. And there are many ways to make your own decision. We'll tell you that more today. So what AMD do in general? Let me tell you that again. What AMD do in general? Right now, we step into a giant's territory. What he will do in general? I can tell you that. I can only tell you that. All right. We'll tell you more story today about the price war. And sometimes unintentionally or Consciously, you start your own price war. I'll tell you that later. Let me repeat again. When you make decision, you already unintentionally or unconsciously, you already start a price war. So not only happen to Z, happen to one of the most important product. And this is why some of the team can get high score, some cannot. Did I say that clear or not? All right. Most of the time, you unintentionally start your own price war and you did not aware of that. That's why I say that in the very beginning. Most of the people, if you check your market share here, check that by yourself. It's down, not up. So you must make something wrong in your whole game, not only the Z75. Game, I gave most of you 20%. If I can recall, I think 2018, something like that. And some people down about 1%, down 1 or 2%. So you already start, except for G78, whatever the cans do. You in fact already start your price war, but you are not aware. Is that clear? No? I just look at your performance and I try to figure out your strategy. Right? I cannot memorize everything, but I look at your performance. One indicator very quickly, you can see that somehow you unconsciously start your price war already. Okay, more questions? Well, I had to tell you the answer, all right? But anyway, let me tell you that. All right, 3 products, all are different. One is in stronger demand, you lost sales. Some, in fact, your inventory. They are two completely, totally different signals. You cannot treat them equally. Let me repeat again. You have 3 products, some lost sales, some have inventory. You cannot treat them equally. Is that clear? So which one you said you want to slightly decrease? High shortage or low shortage? High shortage. Yeah, already answered the question already. So give it, that's the same question Joseph asked last time. Give it one more time to see what happened. That's what I can tell you that. I tell you that already. So next period is to judge your quality or your decision. So you can change $1 or $2, whatever that. So give yourself one more period to see the quality of your decision first. Then in the game 3, you may have to make decision that what you should do, withdraw that or whatever that. So next period, you have to try to make a very good. Whatever you do in your mind, just do that. Discount, whatever that. So check your quality of your decision. Then you adjust. Right now it's a learning curve. So you don't know much about the market yet. So go back and read carefully of all the output very carefully. We show you a little bit today. So you read carefully what happened to the market. Understand that. And let me repeat again, this is a market, this is a marketing, all right? This is not the technology. So there are different segments, different price, everything are different. You have to be very, very careful. They are not the same. Just go back to our BCD matrix. Some are cash cow, some are question mark, some are dog. And you make me judgment. Meanwhile, you have to use the product life cycle. We have learned what happened to that, in which situation you might do differently. And everything's there. Answer is there. Answer is in PLC. Answer in the BCG. So you cannot say, I want to adjust $1, $2. No, that's not very scientifically. The answer, you have to go back to see the whole picture, what happened to that. That's why I can tell you that. I know your team did not perform very well. See, I have very good memory. I just check that, okay? Anyway, be very careful. What I can tell you, you have to be very, very careful. You already start your own price war, but you did not aware of that. Go back to check what I said. You already start price war by yourself already. That's too quickly. The laziest one, the stupid manager, what they can do is cut the price. That's the easiest way to do. We'll tell you that today. The easiest way, especially in Taiwan, the easiest way, the stupid way, the lazy manager is cut the price. I can do that. Everybody can do it. I can be a manager, cut the price. That's it. That's not the way of business. You should avoid to cut the price. I say that again and again and again. So in the game one, all right, let me tell you some answer. In the game one, if you, let me just give you the real situation, all right? Now, the product is very hot. We are out of stocks. We lost sales. My product is very hot. What can you do? In terms of price, what can you do? Yes, increase the price. But you, oh my God, increase my price now. No, too late. You already, we call it anchoring. This is a market, we call it anchoring. Anchoring, more like business negotiation. Anchoring means that you already set up the equilibrium. You already move yourself. It's difficult to move up or move down because your first initial price is the most important, most critical. We're going to run a business negotiation game in my global business. The first one about negotiation is to set initial price. That's the most difficult part. Once you get it there, the market get used to it. The market won't change, which is always true. Okay? That's why I said about the vision, but it's very difficult. You know, you really have to have enough experience, enough knowledge about the market in order to make decisions. If not, you have trouble because most of the time we don't have that. I think that's the difficult part of management. We don't know really well, don't know what happened. Other questions? So the question is, if I increase the sales force now, even though I did not, so in a way you do two things wrong. You do two things wrong. Market already in demand. In general, most companies avoid to do promotion because that will hurt even more. Let me repeat again. Products out there, hot. Most of the companies try to avoid increased promotion because they avoid that, because that will jeopardy. So next period will up. But if you did not produce enough, you have trouble. Yes, so the easiest way, again, is raise the price first. Then maintain, so that you lost two things. You did not raise the price, therefore your profit down. You also increase your sales force. You also waste your money. Because that money go there, you wait for next period. But what happened, next period, competitor also increase promotion. You waste two things here.
Well, we were trying to catch up to their promotion. Like they were promoting a lot more.
No, don't do it now because that will tell you even more further on the promotion about the budget. That's another question. They do have scientific way to do it. I'll tell you that later. We do a scientific way to do the promotional budget. How can we do that? All right? I roughly tell you that already. Roughly, what people do is based on the sales, based on those things. So there are many ways to do promotional budget. There are many ways to do it. Okay, you know what I mean? So in the game one, you try to maintain the same price, increase promotional budget. You are dead wrong. You made two things wrong already in your game. You lost profit. You also waste your resource to do something else.
We also couldn't pick what price to set. When we raised the price, we did, and we still had more lost sales than.
Yeah. So that's why it's hard. So you did not increase enough.
Yeah, we had a debate.
Okay. So you did not increase enough. That's it. So I said don't add $1 or $2. You have to try to calculate today. I show you that. It depends on your strategy. Really depends on you have something starting in your mind. I want to be LV Bao Bao. I want to be Tiffany. I want to be something else. So don't worry. price is not an issue. There's a niche, always a niche there. So if I want to increase the price, let me tell you again, how people do. Just like LV, just like car, BMW, Benz, Lexus, they increase their price, but always have promotion and technical support to back up. So if you do two things at the same time, meaning that increase the price, increase technical support, yes, that's a good decision. You know what I mean? You know what I mean here? We're going to have it more again today. I increase my price at the same time, I increase my technical support. Yes, that's a good decision. Rather than just increase the price, because I do try to maintain my service, my quality. So quality comes from service, not come from whatever that. Yes. Yes. So go back to that question again. We have sales force, technical support, and exhibition. So what I can do, if I am the decision, I will not increase sales force and exhibition. I will increase only technical support. Is that more clear? I will not do the first two things because that won't help me. But I can increase my technical support. So my technical support will support my price increase. That's exactly the case. I will tell you that. That's what Benz do versus Lexus. Is that clear? More questions? Because we'll tell you that today, all right, in this chapter, all right? Okay. This is probably the most difficult one in marketing, all right? How to do price, all right? So let me give you the theory, okay? How do they evaluate, all right? The market side, we never know. How can you set price initially? And yes, you do start your game, all right? So you start your Z38, whatever that. How can you adapt price to meet circumstance and opportunity? Yes, that's opportunity right now. And interesting turned out to be in this game one, you have some opportunity out there. You have some threat out there. But you did not take care of that, all right? Unfortunately. How should the company initial price change? Yes, you have to do that next period and try to think what can you do. How should the company respond to the competitors' price challenge? That's the question there. Yes, everything is here, all right? So read carefully. Price, very complicated. And if you are majoring in economics, there's a course called price theory. All right, price theory. And price is everywhere, cover all the economy. I can tell you this one here. In the global, even more. All right, so price can be anything. All right, so very quickly, tuition, rent free, fare rate, toll. All right, special assessment, bribe such as this. All right. Some of you did not see that. These are the 海角七, okay, anyway, all right? And then we have salary, commission, wage, and tax. And I think in Taiwan right now, we have two different presidents, two different things. All right, I don't know which one is stupid or not. I don't know anyway. So we have some problem last president, and right now another very big one impact to Taiwan right now is whether to sign the MOU or FCA. FCA 直接画 called FCA, FCA 直接画, all right? Meaning that people don't know what to do, all right? People are worried, people have a hope, and we don't know that. And this will have a big impact in the long term to the price system because the cheaper labor, cheaper whatever will come in, and what can Taiwan do, and whether to open or not. So this one, everything go back to an issue called globalization, all right? So we call it globalized pricing, all right? Anyway, so this is right now the country that try to change. Anyway, so price is everywhere, all right? What I can tell you is this. And students keep asking me that, can I lower the price? No, marketing in general do not encourage you to cut the price. And this one show you that most of the time in where marketing try all the effort to increase the price. And it works most of the time. all right? So let me say it again. So we Crest Pro Health toothpaste, okay, 50%. I just went to the supermarket last night, all right, with my wife. I look at Colgate's toothpaste, very interesting, very expensive, $159, so about $5. I can't believe, you know, it's based to the sensitivity teeth. So $5. So usually, you know, the toothpaste only $2 or $3. And I believe in USA also do that. So I think what I can tell you that is you don't get to cut the price in Fed, all right? Olay definitely, all right? They increased 25%, no, $25, unbelievable, all right? We also have crazy women want to buy this, all right? So then Unilever X, you know this one? For men or for women? For male, all right? And there's another one called Break, costs $2, all right? Anyone knows? Just coming up. Stuff from Europe, not in USA. Yeah. USA, we are cheap. We don't buy that. Too expensive. No, we don't buy that. But Europe, in the whatever they buy that. Okay. So anyway, what they try to tell you that is no, you don't need to cut the price. In marketing, always think carefully. You know, how can we come up with a new product and so on. Okay. So this is their commercial, in fact. And already launched, in fact, already launched in Europe already. Let me see. Okay, you cannot see the word. That's okay. Whirlpool, dual combo, all right? It's very popular in USA as well, all right? Just put it two together, that's it. And price is 4 times. So this is how people, give a very quick example, how people do in terms of that. In other words, when we make decision, we are not only look at price, we look at how can we put in the product, new product, something new in here. I think that's the whole key point, okay? And the book talking about changing pricing environment. Anyway, so for the buyer, and what they try to say here right now is consumer can have using the internet to get all the information. So we have instant price comparison here. And then whatever you name your price, we can meet it. And free product, all right? So these are the, what they try to say here is right now is the so-called fixed price is not there anymore. This is a phenomenon we call it dynamic pricing, dynamic, okay? And easier they can monitor consumer behavior, they can know which one they like, and assess the specific price, negotiate price in online auction and exchange, called baseball print. I'm not a fan, but anyway, so I never play the basketball card, right? And of course, they got all free. Anyone try that? I think they got some in Taiwan as well. All free samples. Just try that. You can get anything you want, all right? Cards and whatever. I don't know whether car is free or not, but anyway. Catalog, sorry. We have free sample here. These are free catalog, right? And there are even more, right? For a girl, you can go there, free beauty sample, okay? Makeup, cosmetics, whatever that. Then whole bunch of free stuff, everything there. Now, why free? The question is, why free? So this company, very smart. They collect all the company who are doing promotion. They want to do promotion. They collect all that, they put it in the website, okay, and make money, all right? Very interesting. All right, so this is, you can check that. You can check the internet. Common pricing mistake, let's read that carefully. Determine cost and take traditional industrial margin. So the industry charge 6%, I charge 6%. That's totally wrong, first one, okay? Failure to revise price, to capitalize on market change. And in your first game, markets start to change. So I say that 3 products are different. A good winner, a better winner in general, they do 3 different strategies. That's why I can tell you that. If you go through the game later on, you're going to see that, all right? If you are very naive, don't know what's going on there, you've got trouble. Setting price independently. Be careful what is worse, of the rest of the marketing mix. So in fact, price is not only price. As I said that before, when you change your price, you worry about maybe I do technical report, technical support. When I change the price, I look at the inventory. When I change the price, I look at the segment. So we are not doing price like $8, $1, $2. No. You have to think everything. Channels and product and segment all that together to make that price. So it's not just I $8, $1. No, that's reactive. You have to see what's going on there for the whole market, competitor and consumer. Failure to vary price by product items. See here, the same. You made the same mistake. By product item, market segment, distribution channels, and purchase occasion. That's from textbook, all right? But true, all right? You make all the mistake from here. You vary price by, did not change the segment. They are all different. Direct, indirect are different. These are different. All these are different. So again, let me try to tell you again. Be very careful, right? Don't react. You have to be proactive. Proactive means that understand the whole. So this time, be very careful when you go back. Look at all the report to see anything you can dig out and try to make a good decision, okay? Consumer psychology and pricing, all right? So we have three terms. This is talking about the consumer, right? Reference price, price quality, and price ending. And this one particularly interesting. This one related to your game, okay? So possible consumer reference price. This is also important. How consumers make decisions. So when they try to, this one cannot observe in your market, but I try to tell you that what we in our real life, what will you do, right? Suppose we go to a restaurant. This is in Beijing, all right? Suppose you go to a restaurant. How much do you know they charge? Is that expensive or not? Especially when you go to a very bizarre place, Japanese food or whatever that, and you don't know whether it's too expensive or too cheap. And how can you do? So the better way is go back to here. Oh, it's a fair, all right? Last price pay. Oh, last time I eat Japanese food is expensive. So I know that, all right? For instance, all right, I was charged somewhere in the 爱买, 公道五爱买. There's a new Japanese food there. My gosh, 4 people charged me $5,000. I'm rip off. My gosh. All right. Anyway. All right. Go anyway. So last price pay, and you know that's good or bad. You know that, right? So you know we have the price comparison. Okay. And of course we have a lot of real life situation. Buy a real estate right now in Taiwan, and we don't know whether it's too expensive or too cheap. We don't know whether it's too expensive or too cheap. Okay. Anyway, so these are the price. Especially in Taipei right now, right? It's unbelievable, right? Hsinchu the same. You know, the price is quite different. This is the. Some of you might want to go to the tour. Paris, 7 days for 20K. Is that cheap? I just try to check the price, all right? So Paris from Taiwan, 7 days, and then 20,000. I don't believe that, right? Anyway, so this is talking about how consumer judge. How can this relate to your game? You made decision already. Next time you will charge another new price. Consumer already know. So as I said that, your initial price already set at the benchmark or the price system there. You will create your own price system there. You create your own reference price. So keep this in mind. Next time when you want to up and down, be very careful. Consumer know what is cheap and expensive. I can tell you that, all right? What I can tell you is this, okay? Now we also have consumer perception or reality for cars. So let I tell you that some are overvalued, some are undervalued. So overvalued such as Land Rover, in which it's very poor in USA. Kia, I call it Kia, 去了哈. Just kidding, okay, all right. Anyway, Volkswagen, Volvo, Mercedes, they are overvalued. Undervalued are Mercury, Infiniti, Buick, Lincoln, and Chrysler. Anyway. So these are the same. When you look at the price or more in the market, consumers know that some are really overcharged, some are undercharged. They know the value of that. That's it. I think that's the same as your game. When you set out the game, so you try to keep the value there. So yes, the price itself, in fact, have determined a lot of things behind that. This is very interesting one, or I call it price ending, such as this. Does this work? $199? $199? Why not 200? It works? You believe that, huh? Okay. So they call it left to right, all right, pricing, okay? $299 versus $300. Look cheaper, right? 2 only. No, it's not 2, it's 3. Okay, so odd number discount per session. I think the people argue that, right? We have different number, all right? So people feel like 9 is a lot, 5 very few, 4 also a lot, and something like that. They have different meaning about the number here. Even number weighted per session and ending price with 0, 5, sales return to next price. So this is the way. They are not only, look at this one, this is not only give you the last number, they give you safe, they give you clearance, all right? So they are something enhance that. It may be misleading, but anyway. In general, in USA, we have small business bureaucracy, whatever, like, and they call it ABC or something like that. There are something about it, yeah. So if you really go in USA, if you go there and it's a discount, original price, yeah, I know that, but you can sue them.
Oh, you can?
You can, yes. If they did not really do the on sale item, especially somebody, if you go to the countryside, in the city, people don't do it, all right? Department store, if they say that it's a clearance, it's whatever that, and they have mark the price, if they cheat that, you can sue them. In USA, yes. Call a complaint called Small Business Bureau, yes. Some Better Business Bureau, yes, BBB, right? You can call the BBB, and they can immediately they can go there and do charge that. So yes, I would say 80% of the price down in USA is correct. You can do that, of course. Always some people say, all right, 跳楼价、撞墙价、消墙价 whatever that, right? 消墙没听过哈？消墙的哥哥叫撞墙啊。Okay. Something like that. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so this is always a lot of different price. I heard that from the when I go to the night market. They say, "Oh, 我是萧强的哥哥." I said, "What?" They say, "Oh, 我叫撞墙啊." Okay, price is cheap, all right? Something like that, right? Who knows? Anyway, these are called price ending, all right? And going to use price queue. When is that really effect? First one, customer purchase item infrequently. Something you go to the, this is from Bali, all right? You go there, you don't know how much the painting is. Really, you don't know that. You want to buy one, all right? So you cannot do that. Especially in tourist side, all right? We don't know how much is that. Customer are new, all right? We call it 宰客, all right? Sorry in Chinese. 宰怎么写哈？ Something like that, no. We go to the sightseeing place. Anytime we are at the tourist, you always overcharge, all right? So this one called 宰客, okay? These are new. Product design vary over time, okay? And you can see that some companies do that, such as Intel, Sony. You read carefully, some companies do that. Sony, Intel, they do that. All right? Samsung, they do that as well. Samsung keep pushing new product out, and you just don't know what's going on there. Right? So many new products, you just keep pushing it. Change it a little bit. Price vary seasonally. Quality of size vary across store. Right? So these are the people do that. And again, these are quality of size vary across store. These are more like the channel. So they're using the channel as a positioning and charge differently. All right? So all these are the going to use the price cues. All right, sorry, in Chinese, okay? But anyway, I try to put all my English here. Pricing challenge is company in general try to balance this profit, market share, product quality, employment, and relationship. Now, why is this? Very easy. All this try to share that. So you worry about your market share, that's your game. worry about your market profit, worry about product quality. In China, in social country, you worry about your employment. Because if renminbi is up, they cannot sell. Let me repeat again. If renminbi is up, then Chinese product will be too expensive. People will not buy. So yes, I think the government worry a lot about employment. And again, the relationship is the same. You know, we try to, once we get this price for a customer, and we cannot increase the price or cut the price. You have to convince them to buy the price. So we also have this kind of 5 different balance. When I was in USA, I have my PhD. Let me see. I think that's 1999, my PhD, my master thesis, master. That happened in 1981. Am I there already? Yeah, I was there already. I was in Texas, okay? So I fly from Texas to New York in January about $2.99 in my old day. I think $2.99 or $3.99, all right, something like that. I can't recall, right? So from Texas to New York. Now, in my day, there's an airline called People Express. You probably don't know that. You are too young to know, all right? People Express, $99. So I go there, you know, I buy this $99. And in general, the airline, they have like 4 and 4, 3 and 3. So small airline is 3 and 3, or 2, 4, 2. You know what People Express do? They put 4 and 4 there. So when you sit there, you can feel another size meat, all right? You try to sit there, all right? You can say, oh my gosh, I can feel that, all right? It's very small. They just cut all the airline. They want to increase the, they sort of seats very small. So you are getting some people very fat. You are unlucky, all right? Sit there and you just don't know what to do, all right? $99. That's the first thing. Second one, drink. They charge. Like beer, I think $3, okay? Why? So therefore, you don't have to go to the toilet. So they don't offer water. They don't offer water, nothing. If you need water, they will charge, okay? And of course, no food and whatever. Anyway, so $99. Very interesting. There's a company called Eastern Airline. In USA, let me tell you a little bit about the transportation. All right? They call it hub. The concept called hub. You know the hub, right? So Eastern Airlines hub is in New York. Then Detroit, I think that's the Detroit is 西北的样子 Northwestern Airline. Atlanta, I think is either Delta, yes. Then Denver or Dallas. Anyway, so what I try to say here is each airline, they have occupied a place. So like Delta there, and then American Airlines, and then AA and whatever that. They call it hub. Everybody flying the hub and then flying out, all right? So that's the idea of the hub. Now, very interesting. Eastern Airlines, they make a lot of money from New York to Boston and then to DC. Again, you guys don't have any idea, you know, how far is that, all right? Very close, yes. So this is New York City. And then somewhere here is Boston. And then down here is DC. This is very short flight, but very long drive to some people. Let me repeat again. Very short flight, but very long drive. Long drive means that if you drive 2 hours, it's okay. 3, okay. 4, not too okay. 5 hours, 6 hours, not totally okay. So there's a distance there. They are just in that distance, all right? So people, anyway, so I think about 6 hours drive, right? 5 or 6, yeah.
5 from Boston to New York, and 7 from.
Yes, 5, 6. So somewhere in the 5 and 6 range. And so Eastern Airlines make a lot of money just offer a short distance flight.
Same thing, Seattle to Portland.
Yes, the same. Very interesting. Very interesting. No, yeah, 2, 5 hours. 2 is really okay. 3 is enjoy. But okay, now the question right now is, Eastern Airlines make a lot of money on this one, all right? And they charge $99. They charge $99 for this short distance flight. So immediately, this is a game, all right? You're thinking who take the flight, okay? I just try to answer, okay? Now, then this company called New York Air started cutting. When I was in New York, very interesting, all right? New York Air, they're coming up and they have nice fashion and all the stewardess are beautiful and young and all that. And very interesting, in USA, the stewardess is a union. So most of the students, if they are union, they are very old, 老太婆, right? But the new company, young and beautiful, right? So their approach is young and beautiful stewardess and versus old one. And very interesting, they start to enter to the market. They enter the market by $49. Then what can Eastern do? This is the price here. Eastern Airlines charge $99. This company in the very beginning, they said we want to promote price, but anyway they do not $69. I think they $69 in the very beginning. Anyway, $49, right? They want to do $49. Something like a low price over here, right? $49. This guy cut into $69. And plus $20 coupon. This guy, how much they should do? This is a price war here. They said, oh, okay, 49 cents. In that day, everybody in Boston and New York airport, everybody get 50 cents, give a ticket, and 1 cent back. And what can they do, all right? So anyway, what I try to tell is a real story if you go back to check that, fair games, all right? Interesting, I was in New York at that time, but too many people, I cannot get there, all right? 99 cents or 49 cents, whatever that, all right? And the question right now is, first one, what can this guy do? Do they have to cut the price? Why not? This is very important. This is really, really important. People are not in marketing training. They don't know what to do. Just like you, or you don't know what to do. Why they should not cut the price? They don't have to react. I'm an Intel. What the hell? You guys go ahead and do it. I don't care. Why should not cut the price? Because what? The answer is in the market. Now, why you should not cut the price? Because what? Travelers are different. Why? People who take Eastern Airlines are totally different from New York Air. How different is that? Now, this is very important, in fact, about the marketing, about the game, about everything. What kind of people who need to take the airplane here? Business people, they need the time. Eastern Airlines to them is Airbus. They just go to take bus, go and down. They don't care, $99, it's okay, they can have a meeting. What kind of people who will take to the New York Air? Tourists like you or family. And again, very, very important, because you don't understand the airline. They fly 3 times a day. 3 times a day. So very frequent flight. So morning, noon, and that's it. So morning time, noon time, and at night. Eastern Airlines twice every 2 days. Because there's not many people. They just in the beginning, only every 2 days. So the whole week only about 3 flights. So the reason is you cannot cut the price because market is totally different. You get my point here? So what happened to Eastern Airlines and New York Air? Both die. So this died first. New York Air died first after 1 year. This one died another year, right? So people just die, right? Because, and again, this guy don't know what to do. If I'm a CEO, first one, you should not cut the price. You maintain your quality. Tell the audience that, yes, we are frequent flyer. We are very convenient. I'm selling the convenience. I'm not selling the price. All right? So they should not cut the price in the very beginning. But anyway, this is a very old, I look at the film. Very old CEO, we have to do that. I think that's all excuse. You don't have to do that, right? So you don't have to do all that. And you can still maintain that. People will come. So don't worry, other people will come. And if the initial price, just settle down to see what happened. If that really impact, then we do something else. And you are the hub, you are the center there. You don't have to worry about that. So this is really a story about the price war. All right. The last game is cumulative net contribution. All right. So last time you should have around 60 something. This time if you had 8 something. So if you cumulative 15 this time, then you will perform very well. So I believe this time is 12. I think it's 12. 12 to 16. So I correct my mistake, all right? It's not 9 or 7, right? So you had, most of you have about 60 something, I remember, 67 or 66, whatever that. And then you have another 5, so you got 12 to 15 and above. So how many of you get 15 and above? Raise your hand. No, you don't have to raise your hand, all right? Okay, let's move on. And this is what I try to answer each child, right? It's not just $1 or $2. No, nothing to do is $1 or $2. You have to look at everything, all right? So let's look at that one by one. The pricing, most difficult part is new product. And I have students who are working on this. They try to sell the lamp. You know the lamp, right? Very expensive. They try to sell the lamp there for the projector, the lamp there. That lamp, the projector lamp, very expensive. The lamp can be cost as high as about $200 or $300 per piece. Okay, and then and also right now is e-paper. I think you heard that, or e-book. I think the question how to pricing that, and these are difficult. These are difficult decisions, you know, how to make that, and it all depends on a lot of things. A lot of things that we try to say here, right? So the most important one is objective, and different objective will lead to different pricing. Survival. What survival means? Your bottom line or your profit is negative. I think that's it. To me, you are not break even. Okay, or you are not selling enough. Maximize current profit and maximize market share. Now, these are all from economics. All right, but don't believe that. All right. Why? I'm not saying that economics is wrong, but I'm saying that how can you maximize current profit and current market share? I want to do it, but how can I do it? So the assumption is what? What's the assumption in economics most of the time? I will show that later, all right? What's the assumption? Everything what? Everything else equal. Yeah, that's the first one, all right? That's what they do. That's the first one. Everything else equal. Means nothing changed, all right? Blah, 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 and then they do that, all right? Everything changed, okay? So that's why I said, don't believe that, all right? Only if you are really professional, experienced enough, you know all the information, you can do it. Yes, what else? Yes, one variable only, but not the rest of that. It's not easy, all right? There's another very strong assumption from economics. You assume demand curve is given. That's the most serious one. You assume demand curve is given. All right? I can show the picture there. Another one is maximum market skimming. Skimming here means here. This is a cup of milk, right? Quanzi牛奶, okay? This is a cup of milk. And on top of that, you know, and it's just like the milk. What do you call it? 圈子怎么说? You know, the milk is with the fat, right? I don't know how to say that 圈子. Full oil, no. The milk, you know, the whole milk, let's not take the fat out, all right? So on top of that is the fat, right? So this is the milk, right? So there's a fat here. This is the milk. And what it says is skimming here means that I will skim the top of the segment. I will take top of that. So if my strategy is here, the price will be what? High or low? If my strategy is skimming pricing, the price will be very high, meaning that I will not sell to all other else. I just want to sell for some, what? 小杂货广大波, all right? Only the people who crazy want to buy my product. So only about 5 or 10% of the market. Product quality leadership, now what it is? These are Tiffany strategy. Tiffany LV Bao strategy. What is that? They never discount. If you go to 101 department store, you go there. All the top tier brands, they never discount. Never. Like Rolex watch, I never heard they discount. LV Bao they discount. Very, very rare. All right. So these are all depends on your objective. So EPC using which one? A, B, C, D, which one? Xbox, which one? Do you know that Xbox, when you sell 1 unit of Xbox, you lost $100? Do you know that? You sell 1 unit of Xbox, you lost closely to $100 because it's too expensive. So they, you know, I think the cost is somewhere like $350, something like that, and only sell about $299 or something like that, you know. So what do they want to do? What's the objective? They want to do it more clear. What's the objective? Market share. They want to beat PS2. That's it. They try to fight for PS2 like, you know, all the other Wii and then so on. Right? So how about this one? These are the from Canadian wine, very expensive. The genius one, not the 山寨版, right? The real one is about $45 USA dollars. Very sweet grape wine, all right? And this is what? Which one? Here. And no question for the Tiffany. This guy never have discount. Don't expect any discount. Come and go, that's it. So what I try to show you here is it all depends on your strategy and your objective of in the very beginning of that. So you want to be a tier 1 or high quality one. So you want to high quality, that this one, you should provide more in technical support. Roughly. I'm not saying that one can do it, help you that, but roughly these are the behind that. And these are the current profit and sales. Maximize that. Assumption is you know what? You know demand curve. Because one of the unknown part is demand. So you know demand curve, you can draw the line. The question, you cannot draw the line. If you can draw the line, of course, I can know where is the cost. I can know all that. You cannot draw that line. That line does not exist. In marketing, they are not exist. First one. And they do not look like this. They never look like this. There is no such thing as demand curve, supply curve. Is the demand curve look like that? No way. You know what I mean? Demand and supply. How can they straight line? In real life, there's no straight line at all. It's up and down. So they got a whole bunch of assumptions behind that means that they are fixed. Being where they are not fixed, unfortunately. Skimming one is easy, all right? Suppose this is market price. This is market price. So we have demand and the price. What is this area? What is this area in economics? Suppose it's the market price. So we have price and a demand. What is this area? We call it what? All right. So what consumer surplus means? What consumer surplus means? So very quickly, you look at that. If I lower my price, consumer surplus will increase or decrease? Increase. Do you see that? If I lower my price, the consumer surplus will increase. So what the skimming really means? They will take all the consumer surplus back. They will take all the consumer surplus back. So consumer surplus related to another very important one, we call it value. How consumer see the value of your product. So suppose consumers see that, oh, okay, good price, good value. Then they're willing to pay higher. You get the idea? They are willing to pay higher. So therefore, the good part of the pricing scheme, in fact, is try to win back all the consumer surplus. So economics talking about this one. In marketing, in fact, we're talking about value. Question is, where is that value coming from? Why consumers want to pay high price? So the skimming, market skimming here means that you can see some of the people who see that the product is good value, they are willing to pay high price, such as iPad, iPhone. All right. So you can see that. So what skimming price means that I charge the price very high in the beginning, and then I move down. So I do not charge the price now. Instead, I charge step by step. It's also skimming of that. All right. I think that's what I try to show. That's what the book says. So they move on from here and then move on and to that later on. So they try to take everything back. These are the price of the initial price. Initial price, very high price versus the low price. You take everything back. These are your profit. So this conceptually, that's what this one says. All right? And this is especially for a new product. Of course, most of the time we call it skimming pricing strategy. So the iPad, iPhone. I think the first one, iPhone, right? You don't remember that. The first one, the iPad, you know how much? My son asked me to buy that. I did not buy that. $349 in the very beginning. When they come to the market, very expensive, about $399. Later on, they cut it to $299, $199. And you can see that, in the last 4 years, they accumulate a whole bunch of profit. They don't have to sell that to $199 first. They sell $399 in the very beginning. These are called skimming pricing strategy. These are another one, product quality leadership. So the most expensive one is this ice cream. We have, I don't know much about this one. Yeah, we buy this Baskin and Robbins sometimes, Breyers, and then Haagen-Dazs. That's the most expensive one. If this sounds familiar, this is the same. These are the same. So how are you going to position yourself in what dimension? Okay, These are called product quality leadership. And some companies really want to play the game on top of 45-degree line. And yes, your product, in fact, let me go back. Your product is Haagen-Dazs. Unfortunately, you sell that like, I don't know, Lady Lee or whatever that. You do have the good quality product, but you did not take care of that. All right? What I can tell you is this, okay? So let's go back to the line here and sum up. You have to take care of that. So if you are in the premium price, yes. Okay, this is the game. This is the game, always the game. Let me tell you that. You have to think in long term. You have to think in long term. Right now I'm making the money like a high swattage ratio, whatever ratio is, okay, like a high ratio here, 2.38, if I remember that. 2.53, that's a lot, okay? And yes, I can maintain my 2.53 for at least 2 or 3 periods because the competitor might not be able to come in. But yes, they will come in. But after that, I have to change another one. Did I answer your question? Yes, I can maintain at least 1 or 2 periods of the premium product. But competitors are not stupid. They will watch who are making money. They will come in later on. So I can tell, I can predict you that you make a lot of money, competitor will come in. Just an iPad, whatever that. People say, okay, wow, this is good money, right? They will come in. But because of R&D, some of the competitors are not ready to push that there. Again, we don't have information. I don't have that information as well. Just like your R&D is very secret. What you want to push later on, no one knows. So the same, the other side of the competitor, we don't know whether they will push that. But so far, at least I know that at this stage or the next stage, I can maintain my 2.53 premium product price based on the game. But I can tell that be very careful. Competitor will come in. The same, we need to get other segment, G56, whatever. Wow, this guy make money. I want to do it, right? So you have your things in mind. The same, competitor the same. Is that your question? This is very interesting product. This is very interesting product. Very short history of the brand name coming to the market with a fantastic advertising. You know, we have Smirnoff. We have a lot of other brands. And Vodka holds so many brand names. This guy just with very strong advertising will tell you that later more. And they quickly catch the market very quickly. And very simple because of very powerful advertising here. All right, I will show you more about that later on. All right, so the book talking about this whole stuff about I don't know what's going on here. Right, don't ask me. All right, so just try to hear that these are part of. So some of the quality image come from advertising, come from promotion, come from all that. Right. So the first step is objective. Second one is determine the demand. And again, demand, another complicated issue. Price sensitivity, demand curve, and elasticity of demand. All right, let's look at that one by one. This is called inelastic. Most of you know that. So example here such as cigarette. What else? What kind of product are inelastic? Cigarette, what else? This gasoline? What else? Girlfriend? All right, anyway, all right, so these are inelastic, meaning that you change the price, look at that, you change the price a lot, but the demand did not change much. So you either increase or decrease the price, demand won't have an impact. That's what inelastic really means, okay? Is this elastic or inelastic? And elastic here means that you can see that I change a little bit of price, demand will change a lot. So the ratio here is, you can see that top right is quantity change versus price change. Let me ask you again, is luxury goods elastic or inelastic? Depends. Depends. This one linked to another very important one concept we call it loyalty. Loyalty, all right? So for a very loyalty product, is what? Elastic or inelastic? It's inelastic, right? Whatever you do, I still buy that. So you can see that this pricing tying another one is about that. So what I try to say, it really depends, all right? If you have very luxury, expensive product, you loyal all the time, even though the price change, you still buy that, okay? How about this one? Luxury goods, very interesting. Look like this. Luxury goods look like this, all right? So what do I mean by that? If we increase the price, demand increase. Let me repeat again. If we increase the price, demand increase. But you increase too much, then will decline. So most of the time, somewhere, so this is an area you will charge. Be very careful. You will charge in this area, not this area. So for instance, for this mint coat, if you charge $5,000, people say, if you charge $50,000, you say, wow, that's a good product. Is that right? You know what I'm saying here? 5,000, 50,000, wow, that must be a good product. So you move from here to here. See here, these are luxury goods. But you charge too much, this no, that's fake, all right, whatever that, all right? So this is a zone for the luxury goods. Very interesting phenomena, we call luxury goods. Less price sensitivity. Now, how can we do that? In other words, how can I change my price, increase my price? Consumer not aware. I can really increase my price. I think that's the whole issue here. All right. So let me read that. Product is more distinctive. Yes, it's different. Buyers are less aware of substitute. Go back to that. Yes, there's no substitute in the market yet. Buyer cannot easily compare the quality. All right, they cannot compare that. Situations such as what? We have a lot of situations. We don't know that furniture, like a lot of shoes. We don't know how to compare that. Right? Expenditure is a smaller part of buyer's total income. That's important. Let me show an example here. This company called Payhall. Here, these two are the same. You probably don't know. Anyone know this one? 百合. Anyone knows? 年扣带. 年扣带. You know the zip and zip? They are the market leader in the world. Very interesting. Not only in USA. USA is another one called, USA have another company. Anyway, so there's a long story about this one. And this company is very interesting. They call it magic tape, right? I don't know how to say that. Is that stick? How to say that? I know, yeah. I say English. I know that, all right? I say English. Like a magic, whatever stay, whatever that, all right? Now, let me ask you that. Where to use? Where to use? Who are the, imagine that this company, what is their major customer? First one, like what? Nike. What else? Furniture. What else? Army. All right. What else? And the secret of the product is this is a textile. So we call the needles. You know the needles? So in other words, 17针, 21针. If you have good quality in general, the needles is very dense, therefore very sticky. Poor product, then you don't need that. So it's easy to take off. So very expensive one, I think this is the one. So again, in this magic one, there's a male and female. You know what I'm talking about? male and female, okay? So the secret right now is how can I produce that both at the same time? So anyway, that's another technical part, right? I just try to give the idea that this is really a different quality, including women here. 我们叫做扣肉啊。Okay, forget about it, all right? Okay. So there's a different product, a different one, okay? Now, most of the time, in fact, this is only occupy small portion of your expenses. Now, let me tell the story, okay? When the first time they go to China, this one from Taiwan, all right? The first time when they go to China, I think it's about 1,000, okay, 1 feet, for instance, 1 feet. I just use a 1 feet, all right, 1K feet. Chinese company charge $200. 1K feet, Chinese company charge $200. How much can they charge? See, there's a pricing here. Imagine that, how much did they charge? Give me that number. You know what I mean here? All right, we say this magic tape, and this tape, this company of course provide better quality, high needle embedding dense, and so it's not easy to take off, right? Okay, so Chinese company sell $200 for 1K of the feet. How much they should charge? Give me the price, and they are market leader, about 45% of the market share in the whole world. I've been a consultant to their company, all right? I can tell more about the story about what happened. How much did they charge? 100, see? 过劳死. Wrong, all right? I tell you that this pricing here already wrong. Not 100, 400, too cheap. 600, still too cheap. They charge about 800, 4 times. Now, it's even more interesting. I said that there's a male and female. The company spent about 3 years to develop a new one. You know, male and female, you cut it off, and then so it's very labor intensive. So right now they do a very new one, the same one. You just flip that together. So in terms of cost, they are the same. It can still be sticky. So the whole idea is how can I have not a male and female, both are male or both are female, right? And they put it together and it's very sticky. And even more, this one is very tiny. Usually, those kind of very rose, the surface is very rose. You feel that it's not very smooth. But they develop a new one, very smooth, very, very smooth, and also very new one. The question is how much they should charge. They ask me, now how much they should charge? They ask them how much I should charge. They say 800, already 4 times. Can I charge more? I said, why not? And the first order comes from Lec10. Lec10, you know Lec10? 都快被统一了，还不知道死活哈。Who is Lec10? Olympic game, a very fashion designer in China. Lec10, in fact, make the first order when I charge the price. So Lec10 is good for fashion, so they do everything. Small, very tiny one. You cannot see that, or very tiny one. So you just tip it, and then that's it. I asked them to charge 1,200. And they said, oh, 没良心，真贵啊. They said too expensive. I said, no, don't worry, all right, just wait. So we wait, 12,000, all right? Then interesting, yes, about 10% or 15% of people go away. But we still maintain 85% of the customer. 3 months later, everybody come back. Why? I think that's the whole magic about why. How can you anticipate that? That's the question. That's the question to really go back to the pricing issue. So the boss very happy, all right? They have such a high margin, all right? And very simple, very simple. First one, Chinese people, they cannot. They don't want to put much money on the quality. Second one is the color itself. They can have about 247 colors. They can only offer about 3 or 4 colors. All the colors they have designed are computerized. So what I try to say is, yes, they do have a lot of detailed things behind that. It's not just I charge at a high price. And this is a good example here. An expenditure is small part compared to the end product. So yes, people willing to pay for the high price. Part of the cost is borne by another party. Product used in conjunction with SS Specialist Board. So this is another strategy. Assume to have more quality, prestige, or exclusiveness. Yes, I think we have the product satisfy this one. Buyer cannot store the product, right? Anyway, so this is a situation where you can increase your price. I think that's what I try to say is this, right? Then another way, how can you estimate demand curve? Not easy. You can do that in your game. Do a survey, all right? I have a lot of story here, all right? I will skip it up, all right? HKMTR, all right? Let me tell the story. All right? Virtual reality game. We have students right now doing that, and they don't know how to charge that. Hong Kong, in fact, that's my project. When I was in Hong Kong, we do this MTR. We call it Metro Transportation Rail. All right, I think we call it whatever, a different name. All right, MTR, MRT, whatever that, it doesn't matter. Okay. And the project is this. I'm not sure that you are in New York. When I was in New York, in fact, in a New York subway. And if you wait for the line, there's a red line and yellow line. You cannot cross the red line in general, all right? Because in New York, there are some crazy people. If you stand too close, they go there and then push you. I'm not joking, all right? Some people deeply push to the subway, all right? They just go there and then push. So, no, true. It's really true. You look at the news, okay? So right now is just in Taiwan right now. I think all the door, there's a glass there. They want to install that in order to. So in New York, still cannot afford to do that. If you go to New York, everything open, and car just go in, whoo. But in Taipei, if you go there, there's a door gate there, and the gate is here, but there's a window there. So the question is, I think when I was in Hong Kong, we tried to do that. How much should we charge? How much is the value of our life? So we try to count the investment of all this versus the ticket price and all that. Very complicated system. How can I charge that one? Whether consumer accept it or not. Everything about the safety. But anyway, this is all about the survey. We try to do all the survey. Try to look at how much to charge that. You can do price experiment. That's in your game, all right? But don't do it. That costs you a lot. Another one is statistics analysis. I said that in the beginning of my first class. So this is your sales. What is X1, X2? In your game, what's X1? You can do that. In your game, what is X1, X2? Come on, what's yours? Yeah, one is price. What else? All the marketing 4 Ps can be here. You try to look at that, look at the ratio that. All right? Of course, take a while to look at that. All right? And I would suggest you doing using Excel. Why? Very easy. Just boom, done. All right? If you have time, you can do it. All right? Okay, so this is the estimating demand curve. Rather than each house say $1, $2. No, that's not scientific. All right? So you can do all that. You can do either this one or doing this one. Price elasticity of demand. I think the book tried to summary the findings. All right, let me just tell you that. In general, average price elasticity across all product, market, and time was minus 2.62. What does this mean? Suppose I add my price 5%. My sales will decline how much? I try to tell you that the general conclusion is elasticity is minus 2.62. So if I increase my price 5%, my sales will decline what? Huh? It's just multiple that. That's it. Very easy. 12. All right. Of course, these are just general funding, but it depends on the product. I say that some are high elasticity, some are not. Okay. Anyway, these are the idea of that in the book. So he said the deal book is higher in general. Inflation lead to higher price elasticity. What does this mean? Let's look at this one. Inflation lead to higher price elasticity. So inflation right now is coming. So what happened to us? We spend more, spend less. The inflation is here to stay, right? And higher price elasticity. Inflation, we know inflation is coming up, right? So what is our response to that, to the inflation? Do we refuse or do we get used to the inflation? We know inflation is coming. Do we spend less? The demand will increase or decrease? All right, figure out by yourself, okay? Go home, figure out by yourself. Inflation is here. And what it says is inflation leads to higher price elasticity. Third one is the cost. And again, there are all kinds of costs here. We have type of cost, activity-based cost, accumulative production, right? All these are related to cost. And very quickly, I can tell you that this is so-called learning curve, okay? Activity-based costs, these are a lot of marketing activity, for instance. All right, so these are about the cost. And then the target costing, okay? I suppose you have this basic training of accounting, all right? So we have fixed cost, variable cost, total cost, average cost, and cost at different level of production. All right, I think you learn from this economics table that which one is that. All right, so forget about that. All right, anyway, you don't need that. You just need this one in your game, okay? And this is accumulated production. That's exactly we had before called learning curve. So meaning that you accumulate more, go back to this one, you accumulate more of that, and yes, your cost will be down in general, okay? This I call it 强者恒强, unfortunately. So you're getting bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. You get more budget, you get more learning curve from that. So we have fixed cost and variable cost. Let me write down the equation, all right? Price multiplied by quantity equal to fixed cost plus your unit variable cost plus quantity. This one is called break even, right? This break even. Break even means that my revenue cover my fixed cost and variable cost. So very quickly, now what's this one? So fixed cost in this game, we have, these are manufacturing costs. This game, you have put a lot in marketing expenditure. So keep in mind that this one need that. Now, even further, how can you make money? And cross. Then divided by PNUVC. Accounting people look at fixed cost. That's the second equation. You play the game, you need to have marketing expenditure. That's also the cost. And you want to make money, yes, you need to have that. These are called target profit. Keep that in mind. So there are two things that did not include in most of the break-even analysis. Let me repeat again. The so-called break-even is only cover fixed costs only. Fixed costs come from machine. Variable costs come from material. Marketing expenses in your game come from sales support, sales force. And yes, profits are very important. Okay? Now, if my unit variable cost increase, my quantity, my production level should increase or decrease. If my unit variable cost increase, I should produce more or less in order to cover my cost. More or less, you should produce more, right, in order to cover the cost. All right, correct. If I increase my price, my production level should decrease or increase. I increase my price. How can I break even? I should produce more or less. Less, right? If I cut my marketing expense, so of course I use the reverse one. So some of you are doing right now. You increase your marketing expenses, or decrease your marketing expenses. All right. So the situation right now is, if I decrease my marketing expenses, production labor will less. So put in another word, if I increase my marketing expenses, my production should increase. Get it? That's from very basic, simple, we call it break-even analysis. All right? Of course, we have something related to economic scale, experience curve. I think you know that. Attitude-based cost accounting. Then we have target costing. Anyway, so these are the whole bunch of other things related to that. Now, another one is total cost of ownership. I think these are very new terms. People talking about that. This was technology management. So these are the regular one. These are regular one. All right. So if you without my product, without ink saver, your cost will be higher. These are called cost of ownership. So you own my product, then your cost will be less. All right. That's why although people are using this one as an approach to persuade the buyer to buy their product. The step 4 is analyze competitor pricing mix. And I showed you the example here before, all right? 36 hours versus 6 hours. 6 times power. Now, how much can you charge? That's a big question. How much should I charge? The medium. 6 hours too loud, okay? 16, okay? All right, these are really marketing question here. I develop a new product very powerful 6 times. How much should I charge? 6 times? No, people don't buy, right? I don't need 6 times, right? What else? How much I should charge? Anyone? Anyone knows? You are too young to use that, all right? But I think that these are typical marketing questions. You know, how should we charge? It turns out that no, they did not change that much. I tried to go to the website to see that, all right? So trial pack $39. So $40.85. Look at carefully. $40.89. Look at that. They don't charge that much. They charge slightly. Look at that. Only $4 difference. Why? See here. These are really related to how you. It depends on the market. All right. Depends on market. Depends on sensitivity. They really did not charge 6 times. They charge a little bit premium product, premium price. That's it. The reason is what? They are the market leader. This goes back to Intel and AMD. The Viagra is so well known. No, sorry, this one. Viagra is so well known. They are market leader. So as a new product, you really cannot charge too much. But I can charge it. So the positioning is I'm a premium product. So about 10% to 15% more expensive. People will buy that. All right. So these are just example of that one. And of course, in high-tech product, all different. All right. Flash memory and RAM memory, you know, all that. All right. And I just show you the example. Right. You know, 2G, 3G, whatever. Right? And these are all very complicated. You know, how much should I charge? You have a more powerful one. Right? How much the market can acceptable? This is called competitors price mix. Okay. Socialism. There's a book called The Death of Capitalism. The book published after China is coming up. Let me tell you a story, okay? I'll show you this one in this simple chart here. This is the typical economics talking about demand curve, look like this. But in my whole life of experiments, unfortunately, most of demand curve look like this, not look like that. Now, what does this mean? Look carefully, all right? Look carefully. When we start a new product, people would like to pay high price. Once people have all the product, they will not pay that much. Give an example. The first time when I was in Hong Kong, when I buy my handphone, I don't know whether your age, in my old age, the first time when the handphone available, very expensive, cost me 20,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's close to 80,000 NT dollars right now. All right, my first one is $20,000. Is that? I'm not joking, right? Kim, man, or Cecilia, right? I don't know. You're in Hong Kong, right? The first time, I think that's in 1996. 1996. All right. When I buy my first Motorola one, $20,000. Why I buy that? Because at that time, no one had that. All right. So very expensive. But once everybody get it, even though you try to give people free telephone, they say no. You know what I mean? Everybody have that. It's a free. No, I don't want to buy. I don't need that. So the price will what? Cut down very quickly. So the line is not just straight line. The line should be very careful. All right. So what I try to tell you that is once the supply oversupply, the price war will come in. And even though you cut the price further, people don't get it. People say, I don't need that. I don't need the product. This one, I call it socialism price. And unfortunately, these are called China pricing. The country right now ruin the whole world. All right, they kill everybody in textile, furniture. These two are the strongest in North Carolina. Just listen carefully. All right, these two are High Point and textile. And all the company die. They all die. High Point, people don't buy furniture anymore. Piano, yes, they can be very cheap. Kill European product. Only 1/10 of the price. Smartphone, yes, they are coming up. 山寨版, okay? Steel, yes, they ruin the whole world. Car, yes, they are coming. PC, yes, they are coming. Unbelievable, you imagine that. How can you make money? These are phenomena, I call it socialism pricing. The book talking about this on capitalism, but they didn't tell you about that. The whole reason is here. It's because of here. So the pressure will be high. So China keep producing a whole bunch of product coming throughout to the whole world. All right, everybody suffer. All right. Okay, this is about the pricing. Selecting pricing method. We have markup pricing, target return, perceived value, everyday low price. Everyday low price, going rate, auction type. Everyday low price. Which company using that? Walmart using everyday low price. Which company using high-low pricing? Department store. The annual sales. 年终什么周年庆. All right, these are called high-low. They set the price high. Infrequent on sale. They got high-low. But Walmart do everyday low price. Okay, so these two are quite different. Value pricing is from retailer perspective. Perceived value comes from consumer perspective. These two are different. Okay? So anyway, so there are a lot of different methods. So markup is the easiest one. I mark up 6%, 10%. Target return, I need something return. I'm an investment, I need something return. So you calculate your fixed cost. This come from consumer. This come from retailer. Okay? Come from competitor. You can see that everything are different. These are common competitor. Going rate means that whatever competitor charge, I charge. And auction type, that's another one. This is coming, you know that? To Taiwan, okay? Hopefully it's not you go, all right? But it's coming, all right? I think it's better than you go. You go first, you go, all right? These are better than you go, all right? So these are really the pressure coming up, okay? Very cute, right? In fact, but I'm on a Mini Cooper. I think Mini Cooper charge quite expensive. Mini Cooper is about $20,000 USA. Mini Cooper, That's from BMW. And this one, only 10,000, half of that. I think 10,000, right? 30万差不多啊。So Mini Cooper is 20,000 from BMW, and this one only charge about 10,000, 到1万块，30万左右啊。Break even, you know that, all right? I think I just skip that, okay? So right now this company having trouble, right? High speed rail. I think their fixed cost is too high. I think you know that, all right? So question, how can I break even, all right? So these are the a lot of story can be told. Psychological pricing, we had that before, all right? We had that before. Remember, I have Alice, Brenda, and Christina. Remember that? Alice, Brenda, and Christina. These are attributes. And these are the, so this one just give you the idea of, this is called, they are different one, okay? So we attitude equal to summation of weight multiplied by evaluation. I think we run through that before. And they changed that to the, in other words, they're using this one to compare, really to compare to competitors and coming up with a solution. They call it market price. So they are not based on the cost, but based on consumers' perceived value. So they can charge differently. Nothing to do with your cost structure. Right? These are called psychological pricing. We call it perceived value pricing. So based on the consumer's perceived value instead of the accounting one. Okay, so we have durability, reliable, on time, service quality, and perceived quality. So we get a number here. So these are based on the different type of that. You cannot do that in game, all right? I think the game do not provide enough information about that. No problem, right? I think we went through that already in the consumer behavior. Auction type, very interesting. English auction is ascending. What does ascending means? From what? High to low, or low to high? Low to high, okay? Dutch, high to low. Now, how does it work? Interesting. In the Dutch one, they have one buyer, many sellers, or one seller, many buyers. So what do? High to low. So they say, oh, I want in this price. Okay, so people start to bid. So they go coming down, and someone that, now, what happens if they say, okay, the price is too low? They will stop. They say, no, I take this back. I will come back next time, all right? These are called the bidding. All right, so anyway, so these are two different types. This is from Dutch. Dutch is famous for, Holland is famous for what? In the whole world. So they're not clear. The flower center in the whole world. All right, so you can see that they are very busy. That's how they look at. They're coming out this one, they got a number here, so you just beat the number, you get all the flower here. Okay, it's all very famous. Selecting the final price. After you do all that, go through all that, then you have to decide that, how the final price. You call it adjustment. All right. So that's what Richard just said, $1 or $2 adjustment. That's the final step, not the beginning. Beginning, you do all the analysis, and then you do the adjustment. So can be together impact on the marketing activity such as quality, ad, price, and service. All right. Penalty, gain and risk, and then other parties such as government. Grexel welcome. Probably you don't know that. I just using this example. All right. The first time when the AIDS was popular, Grexel welcome in fact located in where I live, called Triangle Park. And Grexel welcome is the only one that produces the product, but very expensive. Each needle is $1,000. So it takes 12 months. So very expensive for the people, for the AIDS patient. And one day when I drive through that, very interesting. In the whole USA, all the AIDS patients sit in front of Borough Welcome. They protest. They say too expensive. And very interesting, no one dare to touch. They sit there. No one would dare to touch. Policemen, and they were anyway. So the whole bunch of about 100 people sit in front of the Great, so welcome. All right, they protest that price too expensive. What can the company do? Very interesting. They sit there for 2 days or 3 days, and they occupy the whole office. I remember a long time ago when I was in the state. Okay. So anyway, these are price related to here. So when you charge a price very high, especially a pharmaceutical company, all right, so you're very, very careful, whether the impact to the society or not. Of course, the medical company, they don't say, no, we cannot decrease price. We spend millions of dollars to do R&D. We finally get approval by the FDA, why I should cut the price, okay? So price is a very interesting issue when we cross the border, such as to Canada or to Asia and to all that, all right? So this is, we call it setting the final price. After you have your price, you still to consider what is the situation in different society or different country. I don't know what they do, right? Anyway, so I follow that. Price adaptation strategy. I think that's a move beyond that. So we have so-called geographic, discount, allowance, promotional pricing, and differential pricing, right? So let's look at a couple of the, I think some of you probably know this one. First one is called barter. Now what's barter? 以物易物, barter. This especially happened in a lot of Eastern Bloc or in Russia, for instance. When I was in Pepsi Cola, in fact, and then Russia cannot afford to buy that. So what do? We buy their sugar in exchange of the cola, or we buy their vodka. So we sell the Pepsi Cola there. They give us the sugar, 甜菜的糖, sugar, and then the vodka. These are called barter. All right? And again, the same, we are so-called buyback, paid by the future input. I want to invest in Latin America, but they cannot afford that. So when I have invest my greenfield, my machine there, I will buy their output. That's the one we call it buyback. So these are the. So it's not really using the money, all right? So this will go back to global business. We will discuss that further in the global business. And they got some other discount allowance, the cash discount, quantity, functional, and so on. That's a whole bunch of other things to do the adaptation. Another one, promotional pricing tactics. The most famous one called loss leader. What's a loss leader? Right now we have a lot of annual sales, all right? So department store want to generate traffic. They will select one of the product very popular and using it as a heavy discount. So they want to have like Sony Walkman, all right? That's the old one, all right? Sony Walkman usually costs about $100 US. They were using Sony Walkman as a loss leader. They will cut the price to $40. So Sony Walkman is called loss leader. So they're using the Sony Walkman to attract people to come to the store. These are called loss leader pricing. Of course, some of the companies, they don't like it, because if you discount too many, then you will lose your quality image. Special event, cash rebate, and so on, right? So these are all the so-called promotional pricing tactics. Price discrimination. The book says that there are 3 degrees, all right? Anyway, I just try to repeat that what it says. First one degree is so-called demand intensity. Depending on the demand, all right? You high intensity, I will lower the price. That's the first one. Second one, charge less for higher amount. So I got different buyer. One buy more, one buy less. So I will charge less for the bigger amount. Third one is based on the segmentation. These are segmentation here. So we can segment the market by different price. For instance, just like this one, all right? We are charged in different time. I think most of you know that. These are based on, so this pricing based on 2 things. One is a time pricing in peak season, off season. Another one is based on the location. So I think they have different the trend. They got car number 1, number 6. They will be for the first class, and then sixth grader is for the second class, and so on. Right? So all these are the so-called price discrimination. The same as when you go to the concert. When you go to the concert, right? This is stage. So these are location price, right? There's stage here. So which one is most expensive? Obviously, not here, not here. In fact, here is most expensive, followed by here. Okay, so these are called pricing strategy for the location. They are called discrimination. Anyway, initial price cut. All right, let's go back to the game. Low quality trade, just like Porsche. I mentioned that before. People say, "Oh, that's a low quality. I don't want to buy it." So don't cut price. All right. Fragile market share trade. What it says is low price buy market share, not market loyalty. So when you cut the price, people would just go. They go everywhere. They are not loyal. They go everywhere to buy the product. Okay. Shadow market trade. That's Intel and AMD. As I said that before, shadow market means that AMD try to cut the price, but AMD cannot afford to cut the price too much. Intel still a lot of money. So if they cut the price, sales nothing to do, and they die. Let me repeat again, all right? So when you cut the price, Intel, they don't care. They have a lot of money. You cut the price, and then you cannot support that, you die. These are called shadow market trade. Price war trade, as we said that before, all right? Unfortunately, happen a lot. You cut it, they cut it, they cut it, and you generate, you cannot do that. Everybody cut that. So that's the worst phenomenon. Now, why this is important to not to cut a price? Let me show you the example here. Like a price $10, that's 1%. So I charge 10 and then 10 cents. Unit sold, look at that, 100. Look at the revenue, you increase $10. You minus cost, $9.70. Look at that, $30 and $4. 1 cent, 1% price increase 33%. Unbelievable. Look at that. Look at all these numbers here. So you only have 1% price increase. You generate about 33% of that. So therefore, it's very important. It's not just I want to cut 1 cent or one price. No. When you cut, be think carefully because it drops so much. Once your profit drop, your next period of the budget also drop. Okay, so this is the profit before and after price increase. You can see this dramatic number behind that. Now the question is, how can I increase my price? That's another strategy. Okay, so they tell you that delay quotation. All right, the customer say, okay, I delay that. I wait for 1 month later. I give you that. All right, and escalator clause. All right, you adjust our agreement before. Used to be free, but not free anymore. Unbundle the same. Usually I say the whole set. Then I unbundle that. I say it separately. Okay. Deduction of discount. All right, 30% right now, only 20% discount. All right, so this is really, it's not easy to increase the price, but you try to think all the possible way. Try not to decrease the price. And this chart tell you that how to do that. Price reaction program to meeting competitors' price. I think most of you asked the question. All right. Now, has competitor cut the price? No, don't do anything. Okay, that's a good situation. Yes, and you look at it carefully. Is the price likely to significantly hurt our sales? If no, then don't do anything. This is situation I said that before. This situation about Eastern Airline and New York Air. In fact, you won't affect. You don't have to worry about that. If yes, is it likely to be a permanent price cut? If no, don't worry. All right. They just want to get a season, whatever that. Don't worry. All right. If yes, then how much this has been cut? So read carefully. All right. So there's situation. All right. Let's then to buy this one and so on. So these are really not just react immediately to see the price cut, but think carefully why you want to cut, what happened to that, what's the price sensitivity, and all the things in order to consider that. All right. So this is the meeting competitor price. There's a floor here. And yes, of course, there are many ways to do it. Maintain price, reduce price, maintain price, add value. See here, maintain price and add value. All right? So value comes from technical support, for instance. Increase price, improve quality. Launch a low price fighter. All right. So these are what happened. All right. So you have another one. So we wait another one coming out and then try to do that. So all these are the reaction to the price. So I think I already mentioned about that, the EPC and then the price war in the airline and so on. This is a very complicated called pricing. Okay, good luck and see you next week.